if he's back there having the time of his life. No. Stop. We gotta stop. Hey, it is Victoria, and welcome back to another video. Alright girls, so in today's video we're going to be going over all of the best feminine hygiene tips for the girls who get it. If you know, you know. We're going to be going over all things regarding the V, regarding what to do when you're doing the do. If you don't know, on this channel it was Feminine Hygiene Month, so I wanted to make sure that we end it with the bang. So we're going to cover everything, so let's just get right on into it. Alright, so tip number one is just to maintain a healthy V. So if you treat her right, she's going to treat you right. And the best way to do that is to make sure that you are eating foods. It's going to be through diet. So make sure you're eating foods that are good for the V, like pineapple. Fruits like pineapple actually make you smell good and taste delicious. Make sure you're drinking lots of water, staying hydrated so you can make sure you're flushing out those toxins. And also make sure you're taking a good probiotic so you can balance out that good and bad bacteria. Probiotics was a game changer for me. It helps to eliminate odor, helps to ward against infections. Also, make sure that if you're going to take a probiotic, make sure it's really sourced well and that it contains lactobacillus acidophilus, which is the strain that fights against infection and also helps with yeast overgrowth. I'm going to show you guys which one that I use. I like to use this one here, but you can use any. Just make sure that it contains lactobacillus acidophilus, because again, that is the one that is really good for helping to maintain that overall V health and also making sure that it can help to fight against those bacteria. All right, girls, so my next tip is going to be regarding the bedroom. Let's talk about things. So with this tip, I'm going to tell you guys to make sure you are always paying attention to your V, okay? While you're doing the do, make sure you are paying attention to your V. If it hurts, if it's uncomfortable, if it's painful in your stomach area, in your pelvis area, it could be too much pressure on your bladder. It could be too much friction. That friction could end up causing a urinary tract infection. Even if he's back there having the time of his life, if it hurts you, if it's not comfortable, no. Stop. We gotta stop. So the next tip that I have for you girls, I actually just had to get up and go and get it because I really wanted to show you guys, is to make sure that you are paying attention to who and what is going inside of you. And what I'm talking about specifically here is condoms. If you are like me and you're super sensitive, you may notice that you may get triggered to have a yeast infection or something like that after you do the do. And it has nothing to do with your V a lot of the times, or nothing to do with your partner. And it has everything to do with the type of condom that you're using. You have to make sure, and it's ridiculous that it's like this, but you have to open the entire box and look and see the ingredients that are inside, because some of these common condom brands like Magnum, Armor, and so on, they contain a spermicide that really aggravates the V. It can cause yeast infections or just overall discomfort. So make sure you're reading the labels, ladies. Make sure you're paying attention to what is going inside of you. All right, ladies, so moving right along, who doesn't want to taste good down there? I do. I have mentioned this in my videos before, and this is my absolute favorite hack. What I like to do is when I know I'm gonna have company, is I like to make sure that I am edible, I am yummy. And you guys have tried this from my last video and have left me some DMs with some rave reviews. So what I do is I take coconut oil, some warm coconut oil, and I mix it with some organic sugar, and I take that and I let it sit for a minute, and then I swirl it around and I put it in my intimate areas like here, in between my legs, making sure not to get it directly on the V because you don't want to cause infection, but to put it on the legs just so it can taste nice and sweet down there. So when he's going down or when he's just kissing around, he can be in for a sweet surprise. All right, girls, so the next tip that I have for you all is to make sure that you are using all white everything. Make sure you're using white washcloths, white towels, white soaps, anything that's going in your intimate area. Make sure it's white, because those chemicals and the dyes can really upset the V, aggravate it, irritate it, and cause infection. Even with washcloths, the dyes can actually bleed out and get into your V. So make sure you're using all white everything. Even with toilet paper, make sure you're careful with that. Make sure you're using organic white toilet paper, because sometimes they bleach the toilet paper. They bleach the toilet paper and then that can cause infections. So my policy is to use all white everything, just to make sure you're keeping her safe and you're causing as least bit of trouble as possible to make sure your V is in good condition. All right, so the next tip that I have for you girls is to make sure that after you do the do, make sure you are going in to recalibrate the V. If you are in a relationship and you are not using any type of protection, just keep in mind that the V is acidic and this is alkaline. So what that means is when the two mix, what happens is it neutralizes your V and it makes you more susceptible to yeast infections or just discomfort down there. So make sure that you're recalibrating by using something acidic. What I like to use is boric acid suppositories, and I use it every time after I do the do. Or you can add a little vinegar to your bath water. Just make sure you're recalibrating it so you can get your pH levels back on track and you can have a happy, healthy V. So this one is not exactly a tip. Could it be a tip? We'll call it a tip. Just make sure that you are cleaning all of your nooks and crannies, ladies. Make sure you're getting your belly button. Make sure you're cleaning in the crevices of your ears, like this part here, right here. Make sure you're getting this nice and clean, because if you don't, it starts to build up and it stinks. It really does stink. Imagine hovering over someone and having that smell. They can smell it. So make sure you're getting all of your crevices. Make sure you're keeping it fresh. Make sure you're keeping it cute. Also, you can also spray a little perfume behind your ears. And a little hack, if you want to make your scent last longer, what you can do is you could take your perfume and put it in a butter, like a shea butter, and you can rub that in together and it will make that scent last all day long. So make sure you're staying fresh, make sure you're cleaning your crevices, and use your perfume. Use your favorite perfume back there. And my final tip, girls, is just to make sure that your partner is clean. We can be as clean as we want and then lay with the person who is not hygienic, and everything that we just did was done in vain. Nothing is gonna count. It's gonna be all voided out. So make sure that your partner is clean. This is a must. This is non-negotiable. At this point, it's just a part of self-care. If he's not clean, he's not your type. And that is it for today's video. Please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram name is @a_beauty_beast, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.